Do you think traditional software developer jobs are at risk?
I think they are. Developers need to change their mindset from writing code to solving problems.
Where do you see AI changing the industry in next 5 years?
All the routine software development will be completely automated. A person cannot say that I only understand backend and I'll talk about this.
What's your vision in this new AI world?
To build compelling new products using the latest technology.
What advice would you give to computer engineers to build their career effectively?
I will say own your learning.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Reflections, the podcast where we reflect on the ideas shaping our work, our people, and our future, brought to you by Spring City. I'm Nilisha, and I'm so glad to be back again with you all. After the heartwarming launch of episode 1, we now move forward into something timely and more powerful, which talks about how AI is transforming software careers. AI is rapidly reshaping the tech world. And many of us are intrigued by thoughts like, what skills matters the most? How do I fit into this role? Will AI change my role or expand it? Is my job at risk? And many more such pertinent questions. In today's episode, I'm going to cover these topics in depth and understand as to how we as developers, engineers, and professionals can grow and adapt in this new era. And to dive deeper into this, I'm joined by someone who's been guiding our vision and has a front row seat to how the world is evolving. Welcome back, Mohan.
Thank you, Nilisha. It's great to be back here again.
Let's get started.
Sure.
So let's begin with a bigger picture. As we all know, AI is more than just a trend now. Where do you see AI changing the industry in next 5 years?
AI is fundamentally reshaping how the software is built. I expect that in next few years, all the routine software development will be completely automated. Complex software development will also be assisted by AI to a substantial extent. I think the value proposition for software industry will change from writing code to defining solutions to the real world problems that we want to address.
So from our company's perspective, what's your vision in this new AI world? And how are we adapting to these changes?
Even with these changes, our mission still remains the same, to build compelling new products using the latest technology. There are changes happening, of course. Smaller teams are able to build much more complex products going forward. The time for product development will reduce, time to market will shrink, which means that the product differentiation will depend more on the product vision, the development, and the ecosystem. And I'm happy to say that Spring City is already contributing in all these dimensions of product lifecycle. Our new initiative, ProLaunch, offers help in building prototypes quickly, getting early feedback from the market, and converting exciting ideas into products rapidly. We also help customers in taking these products to market with the help of social media. This is giving us even bigger opportunities to contribute to product success.
That's great. There's a lot of buzz about AI replacing the jobs. Do you think traditional software developer jobs are at risk?
I think they are. While AI is likely to create many new job opportunities, there is also the possibility that existing jobs may shrink. People often refer to industrial revolution to explain how, in spite of development of technology, many new jobs were created. But it is also true that during the early phase of industrial revolution, a lot of weavers, for example, in India, lost their livelihood while new jobs were created in Europe and later in India as well. So the next generations of these weaver families had to learn new skills, and many of them had to migrate to cities to enter into new professions and develop new means of livelihood.
Right.
I think a similar scenario is unfolding with the development of AI as well. While the new jobs are being created, new opportunities are being created, the current generation of software developers may not be adequately skilled to benefit from this. So they will have to quickly adapt new skills and be prepared to capture these opportunities. People who are able to do this will definitely build their careers going forward. But those who are not able to do it may have the risk of losing jobs.
Rightly said. So, what are the most important skills that the developers will have to acquire?
I think the new roles are going to blend domain expertise and product thinking with the technology expertise. People will have to learn how to apply their domain knowledge to building new products. So far, what we have seen is that the business analysts and tech leads and architects typically get involved in understanding a problem, defining a solution, and bulk of the developers only write code for the given solution. With AI, this is changing. This is going to change a lot further. I think every developer will have to become capable of understanding the problem, defining the solutions, and implementing those with the help of AI.
So, can you tell me a bit more as to how the developers will be able to achieve this?
First and foremost, as we keep saying actually, developers need to change their mindset from writing code to solving problems. What this means is that every developer has to be able to ask questions about why a certain requirement is there, why it is defined like this, whether this is actually addressing the need of the end user. And if all of this is happening, if the developer is convinced about the response that he gets from the person who is developing this idea, who is developing the product idea, only then they will be able to provide adequate solutions to these problems. To achieve this, their existing technology knowledge is not going to be sufficient. They will have to understand business better. They will have to understand what similar products exist in market, who are the competitors, what are their offerings, and how this new product being built differentiates itself, what new value it offers. So with this understanding, the developer will be able to discuss real topics with the product owners. Ability to communicate these thoughts and ideas with the stakeholders also becomes important. So in the past, we used to have a bigger team working on a product development. Some of these people used to communicate with the stakeholders, develop ideas, and then communicate those to the developers for coding, which meant that not every developer required to communicate with all the stakeholders. But this is changing with the changing scenario. What we are seeing already is that almost every team member has to interact with stakeholders and has to clarify their thoughts on their own. Apart from this, of course, their technology landscape needs to keep expanding. So we used to have UI development specialists, we used to have backend specialists. This is not going to work any longer. And the reason is that when a developer interacts with a stakeholder, discusses a solution, it has to be a holistic approach. A person cannot say that I only understand backend and I'll talk about this. They have to be able to provide the complete end-to-end solution, own that, and implement that. Further, when they are developing the code with the help of AI, they also need to ensure that the code that is generated by the tools achieving the results that are intended. This means that they have to be able to review the code very well. So again, in the existing teams, typically the code written by junior developers is reviewed by seniors before it goes to production. But that's not going to be the scenario for too long. So every developer will have to be able to review code generated by the tools and make sure that it meets the quality expectations.
That's a great approach suggested, Mohan.
Self-initiative will be very important in bringing about these changes. People will have to take initiative to set newer and newer goals for learning and regularly achieve them. At Spring City, we certainly provide all possible help in terms of making the training material available, in terms of senior people guiding in the learning process, in terms of giving people opportunity to work on internal projects to hone their skills. But self-initiative becomes the key to success.
How is your experience so far?
My experience is very encouraging. I see a lot of people, a lot of team members taking initiative in learning new skills, in exploring new AI tools, in discussing ideas and brainstorming with their colleagues. In the past 2 years, we have seen very good improvement in the problem solving skills of our junior team members. We have also seen substantial improvement in the efficiency. Some people think that experienced developers are better suited to benefit from the emerging situation, but I'm happy to note that even our freshers are doing very well.
That's great to hear. What advice would you give to computer engineers to build their career effectively?
I will say own your learning. Don't wait for someone to tell you. Become inquisitive. Learn to ask better questions. Leadership in the AI era isn't about knowing everything. It's about being brave enough to explore the unknown and be humble enough to learn from your experiences, from your successes and your failures.
Very well said. Thank you, Mohan, for such an engaging discussion. It was indeed packed with great takeaways. As we wrap up today's episode, one thing is clear: AI is changing the game, but the human mindset still matters the most. AI is here to challenge us, to push us, and to make us rethink as to how do we grow and keep learning. Thank you to all our listeners for tuning into this episode of Reflections. Let's keep evolving.